Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care, Santa Clarita Hearing Center, and Traditions Healthcare Hospice. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host
Dr. Jane Dorio.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance their quality of life. And speaking of quality of life, the one and only Kevin McDonald of Bella Vista Senior Center is here. How you doing, kiddo?
Good, good. Nice to be with you,
Hey, Kevin.
Dr. Gene. Good to have you
Great,
here.
great. No,
Okay,
thank you, thank
you're
you.
you're busy over there, aren't you?
They,
Even though nobody can go in there.
no one going, but they're busier than ever.
Yep.
Probably busier now than they were before.
Some days it seems that way.
Yeah.
It certainly does. But we do miss our seniors.
Oh, I know you do. And they miss being there, I'm sure. Oh, my goodness. Yes, just for the
But
camaraderie, you know.
there's no doubt that a functioning senior center, Kevin, doesn't mean that the doors have to be open. We're figuring that out right now because you still provide massive services to this community and other communities. And kudos to everyone over there who is doing a job when others have had to close. So, one of the things, Kevin, that I am so impressed with, and I had talked with several people today about this as well. Not only are we serving Meals on Wheels to Santa Claritans and seniors in Santa Clarita, but also to the Antelope Valley. Tell us about the programs that you're in charge of and taking care of seniors outside of our valley.
Yeah, as you know, we've been taking care of our valley for over 43 years now. So we're really, really proud of that. We were also asked to help out in Antelope Valley a couple of years ago in 2018. So we now do the nutrition services for Antelope Valley. They have a county-run senior center, a wonderful senior center down in Lancaster, and we provide meals there. And that has turned into a major Meals on Wheels operation for us. So we're delivering about 1,200 meals every single day down in the Antelope Valley to everyone who needs.
You mean up in the
Up in the
Antelope
Antelope
Valley.
Valley, yes. Up in the Antelope Valley.
Now, are you Meals on Wheels or home delivered meals?
It's both. It's the same thing, but
know.
we've adopted the name of Meals on Wheels
Oh, you
Santa Clarita
have?
Valley
Okay,
and
I
Meals
didn't
on
realize.
Wheels for Antelope Valley. Yeah.
Okay, so it is Meals on Wheels then officially.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. It's the same services we've always done. We've just partnered with the national organization called Meals on Wheels, and they do a great job for us in Washington, D.C., and making sure the nutrition dollars come down to us. And it's a good organization, and but we're privately owned and operated, as you know, and run as we need to. So
Yes, yes, yes.
no, we're just fortunate to be able to provide it for both valleys and people that really need our nutrition and our food.
That's terrific.
And when you talked about people back there, and I'm so proud of the 80 staff members that are still working hard every single day for us and coming in and serving, and they're cooking at 5:30 in the morning every day since the pandemic started, and that hasn't stopped. And our counselors are working hard, and accounting, and everyone else that has to make sure that all this happens, because one meal, there's so many hands involved with one meal. And that's the incredible part. It does get to that door. It does, you have that friendly person delivering it to your door, but how many people had an impact on getting that to you, from the funding from the federal level to the cooks, to the preparers, to the drivers, to the maintenance people that prepare those cars, and then they go out, drive safely throughout this wonderful
I
community.
know one of my friends, Darlene Lyons, has
She's
been
out there,
volunteering.
seems to be
Oh,
volunteering
my
every day
goodness,
and
I know.
preparing the breads and preparing all those simple things that make
know.
this
Wow.
more than just one little meal. There's so many components.
And she loves doing it.
Yeah.
She's been doing it for many years.
Yes.
And I think she's going to have to die before she quits
No, it's great.
because she loves it.
No, she has a
does.
great attitude when she comes in.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, she's a neat lady. I've known her for a long, long time, even before she met Bill, her current husband. And oh, yeah, it's been wonderful. So, what else is going on there?
Well, we may be closed, but especially as we go into the holiday season, we have our support staff. We call them care managers, or it's like social workers. And we have a great team that's ready to reach out to any senior that needs help as they get through the holidays and the tough times for holidays present to us, especially this year. So we ask you to call us, and we'll set you up with a counselor. We have support groups. We have a therapist on staff. We can really work with seniors or needs. So we need everyone to reach out to their fellow seniors and saying, do you need someone to talk to? Because the senior center staff is there willing to help you. And we have, these care managers. Some are in their 20s and 30s, and some are in their 60s and 70s. So we can choose who you talk to and who you can correspond with to keep you active and going. So everyone needs a friend to talk to.
That's true. I wanted to mention something to you. I had a telephone call this morning, and it said that my telephone bill, my electricity bill hasn't been paid for 3 months, and in 4 hours we are going to come out and cut off your electricity.
Whoa.
Scared the living daylights out of me. And I'm having my floors redone at the house. And one of the guys who was working there, who works for Wycall Carpets, he said, it's a scam. It's a scam. And because he overheard what I was saying. And yeah, and so I hung up from that and I called Southern California Edison. And she told me, she said, this has been happening all too often. They're scams. And she said it's especially affecting seniors because the seniors are beginning to fall for it and offer their credit cards and things like that. And that's something that maybe needs to be brought up.
Sure.
If seniors get a call like that, to not even answer the phone or hang up because it's a scam.
Yeah, and the best advice is really to do nothing at that point, and to call the senior center, talk to one of the counselors. Senator Scott Wilk, he came out and did some trainings on this before, so we have information on the scams. But the best thing to do is immediately do nothing. Call your relative, call your friend before you interact, give a credit card, respond or call back if you're nervous about it, just like you with the Edison bill or whatever else. And you did the right thing. You called Southern California Edison and that great team over there, and they were able to guide you. The best thing is to do nothing. You don't owe people money, and don't give anything out.
Well, it's on my electricity bill. It says you have a credit balance of, and it's almost $300 credit balance that I have, and
Wow.
I looked at that and I thought, well, wait a minute. This says I have a credit balance because I just got the bill.
Right. So.
Because I have solar power now, and the bills that I have paid Southern California Edison before I got the solar, that's being credited back now because I have a certain amount of electricity that I do use during the month, but it's nothing compared to what I used to use, So.
Well, you did the right thing, and we encourage people, if you're worried about something, call a relative or friend before you do anything, or call the senior center, and our counselors can walk you through that too. So.
Yeah, well, it really scared me. It really did. I thought, whoa, wait a minute. I've never been delinquent on any bills.
Right.
But it really did. It really scared me because I'm having people doing my floors and they need the electricity, and I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
But he heard me. He said, it's a scam. And sure enough, it was.
All right. Well, you did the right thing.
But it still scared me. It really did. My heart jumped out of my mouth almost.
Well, you need to share that story, and also it's all of us sharing those stories, but sharing stories of where we can get food. Everyone says that we need food during the holidays. Well, our drive-through, it's spiking right now. We're getting over 400 people every day again, which we're happy to serve them. We don't know why it's going up, but we welcome them every day. So again, if you need food, our drive-through is 11 to 1 every day. If you're homebound, our Meals on Wheels program still has room for growth. You just have to call the Senior Center at 661-259-9444, and we'll take care of you. Just call us if you're 60 and over, and Santa Clarita Valley will take care of you.
That's terrific.
Kevin, how about Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving's it's a wonderful day for us. The Castaic Lions Club gets involved, and the Flo Lawrence, who was the chair of the event, he passed away just a few weeks ago. So we miss Flo dearly. But we're still going to have Thanksgiving. It's going to be a drive-through. We're almost at capacity now. We have 500 people that have registered because you have to go.
Oh, wow.
You have to call the senior center. You have to make a reservation. And I have over 500 in drive-through. We're doing some Meals on Wheels just for the most needy. So we have some really brave people. We're coming in for Thanksgiving Day, and we're doing that drive-through. But you have to call the senior center for reservation, and you have to be registered with us. But yeah, over 500 people are coming through for Thanksgiving. It's going to be
a madhouse.
Well, it's a drive-through.
Oh,
so
great. It's organized.
Yeah, it's going to be a drive-through. So we're just going to see people from their cars and hooting and hollering for them. They're going to go away with meals for Thursday and Friday, and then they can share it with whoever they share their meal with. And the biggest thing is you're still going to have Thanksgiving. Just make it a different Thanksgiving this year,
Yes.
and make it special in your own way, because you're going to go back later in the later years and say, do you remember that Thanksgiving of 2020? It was something different. But we can still
Yeah.
have a good attitude about it, and we're still going to feed you. And that's the
That's
most
wonderful.
important
Kevin,
thing.
we're, Kevin, we're adapting, and the senior center certainly is adapting. And, one of the great things that the senior center is doing is drive-in or drive through. But now we have a parking lot to be able to do that. So we're utilizing that parking space to provide activities for our seniors, aren't we?
Yeah, you're right. That the drive-in events, we've been practicing it the last month and a half. We had a movie night the other night, just a beautiful night out for a drive-in movie. The cars are even 6 feet away from each other, which is fun. But they come out, and it's a drive-in, and you can hear great. You can see the movie picture. Yeah, they have and they're hooting their horns. We got a comedy night coming up. You can get everything online with us. Go to the website. Comedy night coming up and we do it in the afternoon at 3 o'clock on November 21st. We have Thanksgiving. We have a concert on December 3rd, Surfing with the Beach Boys Christmas tribute. We're going to be flying high on that day. That's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on December 5th.
Wow.
We got another movie night coming up. We got more concerts coming up. I mean, December is just filled with concerts and bingo and movie nights and laughter. And we're going to bring it all to that safe parking lot. So if you feel safe in your car, you're good, because you're not getting out of your car. And we're going to try to entertain you and have a good time, because we're going to get through this together. But we may as well laugh and watch a movie and listen to some great music as we go through this together. And fortunately, you're right, Dr. Jean, we have a wonderful parking lot and a wonderful sound
It's
system.
enormous. It really is.
And it's filled up, because you have to keep those cars every other car. So you got to make your reservations. But we welcome our community to join us on that.
It is.
Kevin, I think though that what you are doing at our senior center in terms of being creative, adapting to the situation. There are senior centers in Los Angeles County that are not doing what you are doing. And, I think it's so important that we spread that information out there. And I think you and I and others are going to be doing that so that other seniors and other parts who are our friends in other areas of Southern California can understand there are things that can be done. You have to be creative. You have to be different. And their thought process has to adapt and change. But Santa Clarita, I believe, is leading the way in this, Kevin, because of you and others at the senior center who are helping move everybody along, especially our older adults. Thank you so much for doing that.
Well, we have a duty to serve this community, and when we built Bella Vita, and we take that pretty seriously. And I talked about the 80 staff and the volunteers that come out for these events, and Blythe Burchell, who runs our events, and Robin Clow, and everybody else involved. It takes a village to make it happen, but they look at the seniors and they're just like, we're going to do something. We're going to do this together, getting through this pandemic, and why not try anything possible to give them, if we get that smile. Somebody came to the movie the other night and said, I haven't been out yet. This is my first time out. And there's like tears in their eyes. And we're like, well, that makes it all worth it. I don't care if there's one person in the parking lot. If you're smiling and you're happy and you're able to get out and enjoy life a little bit, and it's really what we're all about. And everything's free for the seniors, so let's keep going.
Absolutely. That is so necessary to keep seniors moving. It really is. I mean, even I feel it, and I'm thinking I'm sitting at home at night, and I'm on my 58th jigsaw puzzle. 58 now.
Well, I'm going to expect.
Congratulations.
I expect to see you at our drive-in events. I'll see you from the distance of your car, and you'll be safe, because with the pandemic continuing and getting worse. But you know what? Those jigsaw puzzles, put them aside, and let's make you laugh, or see a movie, or listen to a great concert.
So what is your website where we can get that information?
Okay. myscvcoa.org. myscvcoa.org. All the information is up there. We keep that pretty accurate and current. Or call us at our phone number, and we'll take care of you.
And that's 661-259-9444.
You got it.
It's been that number since the very beginning.
And it'll never change.
Yeah. Well, you have a list of things there that you're going to be doing. Can you briefly mention them before we turn off?
Yes, I mean, that's what we're doing. We're at Comedy Night this Saturday, or
Yeah.
this Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We got our Thanksgiving feast the next week. We got a concert on December 5th, another movie night in December, another concert, 2 more concerts in late December. So check out our website because things are changing and getting better, and we're adding more events. We're going to have some Christmas carols on Christmas week, and the big tree will be out in the front lot, and we're just going to try to make this a special holiday season for all of our friends.
That's wonderful. And seniors out there, go there. The parking lot is enormous, and you can see lots and lots of stuff. And I'm assuming you have a great big movie screen that you set up.
It almost blew away the other night, but it's very, very big. You're right. The Santa Clarita winds almost took it onto New Hole Ranch Road, but that's another story.
I know. I went to a movie night out at Castaic Lake, and that thing was enormous. I mean, enormous.
We have
but
the-
they
we have the
blow
same
it up.
one. Yeah, we have the
You
same
had the
one.
same one. Well, Kevin, so nice to see you again and having you tell us what's going on at our beautiful senior center. And I encourage everyone to call 259-9444 or go to the website myscvcoa.org and find out what's going on so that you can participate, because you will have a ball. Thanks again, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you,
Okay,
Kevin.
terrific.
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Dr.
Be
G.
safe.
I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Join us this fall for online fun with the Canyon Theater Guild online youth workshops. Super fun classes with acting, singing, dancing, audition tips, script writing, scene study, improv, and putting on real shows created for online performance. Get creative, meet new friends, and most of all, have a blast from the comfort of your own home. Call 661-799-2702 or ctgworkshops@gmail.com or canyontheater.org.
Owning Corporation, Equal Housing Lender, licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS 1797976. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions.
Hey, Gary, anything new with you?
Bud, can you believe it? I just crushed my mortgage payment again with owning. But this is the last refi for me.
Why?
Because I got a 30-year fixed rate at 2.25%, 2.404 APR. Can you believe that?
Get your last mortgage refi from Owning. Just call 855-5-OWNING or go to owning.com and ask for your last refi at today's 30-year fixed 2.25%, 2.404 APR. That's 30-year fixed at 2.25%, 2.404 APR.
Why not get your last refi from Owning? You just got to call 855-5-OWNING or go to owning.com. That's 855-5-OWNING or go to owning.com.
Just call 855-5-OWNING or go to owning.com.
Aloha, friends. Go check out Honu Coffee, home of the best cold brew coffee. What makes their coffee special is how their organic coffee beans are infused with nitrogen to create a smooth and delicious cup of coffee. You'll also find traditional bold coffees and island-inspired signature drinks. They're the perfect place to catch up with friends or just relax with your favorite cup of joe. Honu Coffee on Lyons and Walnut in Newhall. Stop by and say aloha.
And now for your convenience, a second Honu location at 23502 Lyons Avenue between Peachland and Apple.
Hi, I'm Miles Mcnamara, Certified Senior Advisor and owner of Comfort Keepers and Home Care. Our caregivers help you in your own home. A Comfort Keeper can provide companionship, meal preparation, medication monitoring, assistance with personal care, transportation to doctor appointments, all enhancing your independence and safety in the comfort and privacy of your own home. So if you or someone you love could use a helping hand at home, call Comfort Keepers at 287-4200. That's 287-4200.
Mission Valley Bank is a commercial bank in the Santa Clarita Valley that really puts the community into community banking.
At Mission Valley Bank, we strive to be a trusted advisor to our clients, and that means being an integral part of the communities we serve. We started the Give Where You Live program to help bring awareness to our nonprofit partners. We're more than just a local business bank. In fact, we're a full-service, independent commercial bank that is locally owned, community-minded, and relationship-driven. I'm Tamara Gurney, President and CEO of Mission Valley Bank, and I invite you to experience the Mission Valley Bank difference, where your success is our mission. We want to be your most valued bank.
Mission Valley Bank has been named Most Trusted Advisor Business Banker by the San Fernando Valley Business Journal 5 years in a row and received the Business Leadership Award by the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce, Valley Industry Association, and SCV Economic Development Corporation. Visit them at their Center Point branch location or at missionvalleybank.com. Member FDIC.
Santa Clarita's premier senior living community, Oakmont of Santa Clarita, is leasing, bringing comfort and luxury to assisted living. Seniors can enjoy 5-star amenities, panoramic views, easy access to the freeways, and nearby shopping centers in a world-class community that provides an advanced continuum of care. No other community has this kind of luxury and amenities in our valley. You'll find good health, vitality, and purpose at Oakmont of Santa Clarita. Stop by for a tour. Visit oakmontofsantaclarita.com.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And now our guest is Miles Mcnamara from Comfort Keepers in Home Care, one of our sponsors. Good morning, Miles.
Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Welcome.
Wait a
Miles.
minute.
Welcome.
Good morning, guys. I beg your pardon.
Oh, come on. That's a generic all-inclusive term.
I had to give that plug. I had to.
Well, happy almost Turkey Day, everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Where's this year going?
Gobble.
It's completely disappearing.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
hopefully next year will be a better year. Oh.
Yeah.
Can it not be?
You know, Bart.
What?
I said, can it not be better?
It's got to be better. Got to be better. This has been a year for the record books, I tell you.
Well, and this
but
is the time. Go ahead, Doc.
Well, you know, I'm just saying we talked about adaptability, and that's what seniors have done. They've adapted, and I think we have adapted well, all of us across the board. And we will look back and say, yeah, it was difficult, but we made it through. We've done that before. Barbara?
Yes.
You know, you were in England. You were being bombed
right.
during the war.
That's right.
And you easily, at any point, you could have died.
That's exactly
You're here.
right.
You adapted. So
Yes.
that's what we're doing now, all of us, and we're not being bombed. That's the best part about it.
That's very true. Very true. Miles,
Well,
how have you
yeah.
been, and what's happening with you and your world of comfort
Well, you know,
keepers?
we're hanging in there, and you know, this is the time of year that I always bring up the same thing is and it might be a little reduced this year because of the virus, but Thanksgiving especially and Christmas. But this is the time of year that families really kind of take note of each other. They see each other. They love each other. They come together. They communicate more than other times of the year. And this is really the time of year that I really encourage our adult kids to really pay attention when they visit their parents, because sometimes the holidays are the only time of year we physically lay eyes on our loved ones. And it's really important to, and I'll go through this in a minute, to know the distinction between home health and home care, and what home care can do to enhance your senior loved one's safety, ability to live independently, stay in their own home. But again, we talk on the phone with our parents a lot, and you know, it's very easy to mask with very kind of superficial, hi, how are you? How are the kids? How's the weather? Okay, got to go by. But you really don't, you know, in depth peel back that onion to really see what's going on. So I really encourage our adult kids, and I think we've talked about this, you know, last year, because I try to talk about it every year, is to pay attention. I call it using your five senses. is when you hopefully you have the opportunity to see your aging loved ones, your parents will call them just for ease, in their living environment, in their habitat that, so you really pay attention. And if you're there, we all know our five senses: smell, touch, sight, hear, taste. Is take a look around, be observant. How's the refrigerator? Is there spoiled food? Is there, are there bills laying around on the table? Mom and dad used to be neat freaks, but now the place is a little disheveled. Their personal hygiene may look a little off. So, and what that should do during the holidays is, and we talked about this last month, and I'll segue into being redundant, but it's so important, is to have that conversation with your parents of what this journey is going to look like for them to age in place. And again, sometimes coming together for the first time in a year, because we didn't see them since last holiday season, it can be a shocker. It can be a reality check, and a lot of times, home care is so misunderstood because it's thrown automatically into that category of, oh, we're nurses, which we're not. I don't need you yet. Maybe you do. So there's a conversation that we call the talk, and even on the Comfort Keepers website, there's a lot of tools for our family members to have that conversation, and maybe starting to make the determination if home care is the right choice to keep mom and dad in their home safely. And seniors, we get a lot of calls from our seniors who've made that decision themselves because they've done their research. They understand what home care is and what kind of service it can provide them, because we're not nurses. We're like a concierge service, a personal assistant, if you will. So we can help around the house. We can help with the shopping. We can help with the meal prep. We can make sure medications are taken on time. It's that companion care that assists with their independence. They're still the boss. They still are in charge. We're just there to enhance their daily activities and to make sure everything's safe. And that conversation during the holidays can be an easy transitional segue. It doesn't have to be a bull in the china shop. It doesn't have to be, because the parents will always be our parents and we will always be their children. So don't get too cocky, because it's not only disrespectful, but you're going to get put in your place real quick.
That's right. So, Miles, let me ask you a question. You and I, your business, my business, we're doing house calls, and we're going into people's homes. But now there are a lot of individuals who are worried about who comes into their home. Are they safe having those individuals come in? So how does Comfort Keepers in Home Care, how do you figure out the methods and the ways preventing and helping those individuals understand it is safe to come into your home? It is okay. We have in providing the care that they need, but yet being safe in that process.
Right, and that's so important. Obviously, we've always had an infectious disease segment of our training for our caregivers. So we always, just in a regular world, we used to do that. Or we still do that. Is gloves and washing and the infectious disease control. And I think I've mentioned in the past shows that now it's done on steroids, of course, because everything's enhanced and with the masks and the gloves and stuff. But just like we stay in touch with all of our caregivers, know exactly what to do if they feel they've been in touch with someone who may have been exposed to COVID, themselves having any kind of symptoms. So to make sure contact tracing and the communication with our caregivers, number one, and then of course providing that PPE, if you will, protective equipment that, we mask in the house, we wear gloves, everything is, again, enhanced to the 10th degree. And a lot of families are finding comfort in that if, they have one caregiver that we're monitoring and we're contact tracing and we're doing all the precautions to reduce the traffic flow into mom and dad's house, so you're not having kind of that merry-go-round revolving door of people coming in and out. So we've actually, put, some people at ease because the traffic has been reduced, their needs are being met. We can do the shopping. We can, whatever needs to be done. But, it's very, very important that, because sometimes our clients will say, I'll take your mask off. Our caregivers, no, you don't take your mask off. It's nice of you to offer, but we're not going to do it. And I think we talked about on the other shows, but it bears repeating, is don't fall for the mythical, immortality of the gloves, because a lot of times folks throw on a set of gloves and now they think it's Teflon for all bacteria and germs and diseases, and it's not. If you put on a pair of gloves, the first thing you touch, now those gloves are as contaminated as your hands would be if you touched that same object. So, wash those gloved hands, or change those gloves, but don't think that, gloves are the kryptonite to COVID, because it's not, for, a little Superman reference there. But you're really, you're right spot on, Doc, is because, it's scary for our seniors who are isolated and they're at the expense of their own mental health a lot of times. They're isolated, they're depressed, they're shut off, and it's just really important that we hone into that, and we you've got technology now, you've got Zoom, you've got FaceTime, you've got obviously the phone will always be there, but we cannot lose sight of the depression and the despair and the isolation that our seniors are experiencing right now.
And that's very true. And the interesting part about it is both of my kids said, "Mother, you stay at home. Because of your age, you are more susceptible." And they were right. And it's interesting. I got so sick and tired of watching television, I started doing jigsaw puzzles. And I'm on as I said before, I'm on my 58th one right now. And my kids, my daughter and my grandson bought me a jigsaw puzzle form that lifts up, and the pieces of the puzzle are on felt and they don't fall off. And because I was leaning over my card table, and they kept saying, "Mom, you're going to break your back." So what they bought for me was this piece of equipment that lifts up so that I can sit up straight in my chair and work that puzzle and the pieces don't fall off. It's
cool.
It's been a lifesaver. It really has. And it's interesting. For seniors, I might suggest that you start doing some jigsaw puzzles, because they keep your mind active. And your hands active. I mean, you're searching for pieces. You're using your mind to figure out, okay, that piece goes there and this piece goes here. So it's a good thing to do if you are sick and tired of watching television.
Yeah. You have to fear also.
What?
You also have to fear as well that what's happening. And Miles, I'm sure you're seeing that is, people are isolated, right, Barbara? They're isolated.
Yes.
And family members are not attending and going into homes, as a matter of fact, because of that fear of contamination. So, for some of my patients have not wanted house calls, but after 9-10 months, I've been able to go in, and in a few cases, it's been catastrophic because things have changed markedly, where if I had been going, every 2 to 3 months, it would have been safer. And I'm sure, Miles, you're finding the same thing. People are going into homes and finding things in a disarray that really could have been taken care of before, but because of the pandemic has been enhanced. How much of that are you seeing right now with some of the older population that you're serving?
Okay, well, that's like I slipped you a note through cyberspace, because that was the segue I wanted to kind of work into. And I was actually going to lean on you a little bit as a physician because I'm obviously not a doctor. I played one on TV once, but is that our seniors are actually starting to neglect their own regular checkups and their elective visits and their own needs, because there is a way to safely operate through this virus, and we know that now by everything we've seen through the CDC and you as a physician, and you know if you've had symptoms. Same with my caregivers. Symptoms. You mask up. You wash your hands before you go in. You glove up if need be. You take all those precautions, and you're absolutely right. And that's why this holiday visit is so important. I started off with is because what has been being neglected out of fear that can be addressed safely. I know, but even hospitals are starting to, they've taken the lead on that. I think they're taking a little heat for it, the way they canceled all elective surgeries and screenings and, things that are imperative to all age groups, not just our seniors. But I'm sure, you put your patients at ease when you walk in and you're masked up, you possibly are gloved up, you've done the proper precautions before you come to the house. But yeah, it can be a real shock and an eye opener. And really kind of equivalent to this, holiday time of year that we lay eyes on our loved ones for the first time in over a year. So, yeah, that stuff's very important. And to again, pay attention, those 5 senses we talked about. And I keep talking kind of in the third person for our seniors, but I know we have a lot of senior listeners on the Senior Hour. And as I mentioned, our seniors make the decision themselves that a helping hand could be utilized very successfully in the home and helping with those personal assistant activities. So, again, go to our website. There's a lot of learning tools there and information on comfortkeepers.com to really get your head around what home care is and what services it can help you with. And because it's a gradual decline. And again, that one time a year can be a real shocker. And, it's very important that we pay attention to that. But please, talk to your physicians about your checkups, any elective procedures you've been putting off, your screenings that you're not doing. There's a way to do that safely. I'm going to lay that back on you, Doc, because, you could probably expand on that. But just don't not do the proper checkups and regular health, procedures.
Exactly, and I think that's been part of the problem, and I'll just really briefly say don't ignore your health like you said, Miles. People are, and for those loved ones who are out there caring for their older adults, don't ignore them either. Get into their house or look from the outside, get an idea of what's going on, because it's really important that, we have a full survey of what's going on with every senior, because you just don't want it to go too far to where you can't return on that same road.
And what you talked about earlier as well, as far as, I guess we all talk about the isolation and depression and such, is that, it's always been listed as a bullet point on our brochure of a part of our core services, but man, is it important now, and it's the most undervalued, I think, when people take the first look at us, and that's companionship. It's the loneliness that can be alleviated. I mean, even Barbara, she's not a good example because she's as vibrant as they come, but, someone to sit across the table from them and do that jigsaw puzzle, to have a conversation, to, we do a thing, it's trademarked actually, called interactive caregiving, which sort of brings into that whole companionship aspect of having our clients participate in their own assistance, if you will. We want them to show us their, favorite recipe, or their way of folding the towel, or to have them participate in their own help, and that way it keeps them physically active, mentally stimulated, and involved. And we found that just to be a huge advantage, rather than just kind of work around them, so to speak, and they're just kind of sitting there watching reruns of The Price is Right, and we're like, that's not helping, that's not involving and being that companion and the company that they need. So do not undervalue companionship to alleviate that loneliness and the isolation.
That's very true, and we need to take a break, Miles. We'll be back in a minute. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
If you need help at home or at the office, call Made For You. Made For You is a locally owned, bonded, and licensed cleaning service with over 20 years of experience. All employees are vetted for your protection. No need to buy products or expensive equipment. The Made For You staff comes complete with everything needed to make your home or office cleaner than ever. Hire Made For You one time, as needed, or on an ongoing basis. No room is off limits. Laundry and ironing services are also available. Call Made For You for a free estimate today. 255-2922. That's 255-2922.
ABC7 helps you get ready for the holidays. All this week, watch ABC7 Eyewitness News at 6 a.m. for the code word and enter at abc7.com/win for your chance to win a $100 gift card. Every day is a new chance to win.
This week on Wheel of Fortune, love is everywhere.
Oh my gosh, yes.
From puppy love
I have a 1-year-old cattle dog, and I'm obsessed with him.
And you love your husband, too.
He's pretty good.
to looking for love.
I am a dog mom. Code for single, not married, no kids.
Any inquiries will forward to you.
And you'll love
Zany Laney. I'm also known as the Lobster Roll Queen.
May I call you Lobster Queen?
You can call me anything you'd like.
Tonight at 7:30.
From ABC7.
This holiday season,
You can help light the spark of love.
For thousands of kids all over Southern California.
Just text SPARK to 24365 or go to abc7.com Spark of Love.
This year, heroes give here.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. For a limited time, you can get a queen-size premium MyPillow for the lowest price ever. Regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. MyPillow is patented and adjusts to any sleep position. It's washable and dryable, comes with a 10-year warranty, and 100% made in the USA. I'm also giving you deep discounts on all my MyPillow products, including my bed sheets, mattress toppers, and bath towels. That's $29.98 for a queen-size premium MyPillow and deep discounts on all my MyPillow products. Not only are you getting the lowest prices ever, but they're going to make the best Christmas gifts ever. Buy now, and I'll extend my 60-day money-back guarantee to March 1st, 2021.
Go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code KHTS or call 800-973-3927 and use the promo code KHTS. That's 800-973-3927 or go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code KHTS.
You just had an accident. Now what?
I'm Caesar from Body Shop 661. After you get into a car accident and call your insurance company, chances are they're going to send you to a cut-rate auto body just to save themselves some money.
So, what do I do?
Call me at Body Shop 661. Your car will get taken care of as if it were my own. No second-rate parts, and the job isn't finished until it's done right. Body Shop 661 handles all types of vehicles, foreign and domestic. Plus, I work with all insurance companies.
Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. On Ruther, just past Home Depot. Call Body Shop 661 at 251-2252.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com, located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And we're speaking with Miles Mcnamara, one of our sponsors of Comfort Keepers in Home Care. And interesting conversation. Let's continue.
Right. Actually, just to kind of surmise, holiday visits with our seniors, really kind of have a conversation, be observant, home care, we're not nurses, we're personal assistants. Is mom looking, mom and dad's hygiene used to be perfect. Now they're looking a little disheveled. Maybe they haven't showered regularly. The house isn't what it used to be. So pay attention and have that conversation. But something that I wanted to circle back real quick, because I know we're running out of time. I was eavesdropping on the first half of the show with the one and only Kevin McDonald, and Barbara kind of mentioned something very important, and I wanted to readdress it. And that's senior scams on the phone.
Oh, yes.
That's something I've always kind of addressed in talks that I give. But during this time of COVID, with our seniors, again, being homebound, isolated, whatever, scammers, they don't take long to come up with new angles. And COVID has created some new angles for, these scammers on the phone, even to the point our seniors need to understand there is no vaccine yet, but you actually have scammers out there calling, pretending to be someone from a vaccine medical firm, and they're asking for payments over the phone. There is no COVID-19 vaccine yet, folks. You know, so they've come up with different scams for the times. You know, and another common one is, you know, charities, because our seniors are very giving people, and, you know, don't do anything over the phone. And I actually had the same thing happen at my business office that happened to Barbara. Is they introduced themselves as Edison, and they were going to turn off my power if I didn't, you know, give them a payment over the phone. And if it was an incorrect assessment, then I would have a credit on my account, but my power was going to be off by end of business that day. And, you know, I sniffed that one out right away, and I had a lot of fun with this guy, actually.
I've done that before, Miles.
Yeah, but, you know, don't fall for these scams. Never, ever, ever give any credit card or payment information over the phone. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard the one that they did where they would get the name of a grandchild, and then have that someone faking to be that grandchild, that they're in jail in Peru, but don't tell mom. I just need you to money me some. It just never ever do any financial transactions over the phone. These scammers are cunning. They're coming up with new angles all the time. Your utility companies are not going to call you on the phone and threaten power outages if you don't pay. You know, so just be really, really careful, and never do any IRS scams are like that. IRS never does anything on the phone. They will always, you know, correspond via mail.
Right.
Just be very, very aware.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. And another scam is I've been if I pay somebody $1,500, I will win $19 million.
Are you that cousin from Nigeria?
I mean, it's incredible, and they're constant. They really are.
Yeah.
And
you
I
can't
was
get
never aware I
for
had so
nothing.
many family members. Yeah, I was not aware I had so many family members and distant cousins in Nigeria.
Well, Miles, great information, Miles. Always giving us ideas and thoughts about how we can take care of our seniors better across the board in home care, across the board in preventing scams. It's so important that we keep reminding our seniors that they're in jeopardy at this point. Thank you, Miles, for being on the show today. We appreciate it. We appreciate everything you do for the community. Thank you so much.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. We are sponsored by Miles Mcnamara and Comfort Keepers In-Home Care, Santa Clarita Hearing Center, and Traditions Home Health and Hospice Care. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.